Welcome to Occupational Therapy Day. Today, we are diving into an important topic, sensory modulation and how it affects children. I am joining with Dr. Kausalya M., Program Manager, Department of Occupational Therapy, Akkara Foundation. Ma'am is an expert in sensory integration. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Can we get started?
Yeah, we can start.
So, ma'am, what exactly is sensory modulation?
Okay, sensory modulation, it means how our nervous system regulates or how we respond to the sensory stimuli, like how we are seeing the world and hearing the sound from our environment, touching things and feeling it. So this is how we process and respond appropriately to the information that is coming from our environment. So the sensory modulation, it is very crucial for the child development so that they can function effectively in their day-to-day activities.
That sounds essential. But why does it only affect some children?
Okay, that's a good question. Children either over-respond or under-respond to the sensory stimuli. Like for an example, a kid may be overly responsive to the auditory stimuli, means sound. So it might be hard for them to focus on the noisy environment. Some other kid, they may seek intense movement like jumping, running and roaming in the room. So this sensory modulation, it definitely impacts the child's ability to focus on their learning, interaction with others and to manage their emotions effectively.
Okay, so what are the causes for these sensory modulation difficulties?
Okay, there is no specific cause for this sensory modulation challenges, but there are many factors that can contribute to this sensory modulation challenges, like environmental factors like lack of exposure, childhood trauma, neglect, and premature birth, developmental conditions like autism, ADHD. So these reasons may be the cause for sensory modulation challenges.
So, ma'am, what can we do to prevent sensory modulation difficulties from affecting the child?
Okay, prevention starts with creating a sensory-friendly environment to the kids during their early developmental period. So, parents and caregivers can introduce the sensory experiences to their kids in the right way and in the right intensity. Occupational therapists can identify the early signs of sensory modulation disorders and they can guide the parents to manage these sensory responses.
That's a great approach, ma'am. So what if the child is already facing these sensory modulation difficulties, and in that case, how do we treat them?
Okay, treatment focuses on helping the child to regulate their sensory responses. So this is where sensory integration therapy comes in. Occupational therapists use a variety of sensory strategies in playful and supportive environment, and they'll also guide the parents to use this variety of strategies to regulate the child's sensory responses.
That's incredibly helpful. Sensory modulation is so integral to a child's development. Thank you, Kausalya ma'am, for shedding light on this topic.
My pleasure. It's all about understanding each child's needs and finding balance in them.
Thank you all for watching. If there are any queries related to sensory modulation or occupational therapy, feel free to contact us.
Happy Occupational Therapy Day.